What's going on, everybody? I am the Dragon Lad, and today's going to be a little bit of a different video. Today we're going to be doing a gaming review. And look at all these games that they have here. So, well, let's get started, shall we? The first game that I'd like to go over is Gran Turismo 5. This game has really stepped up in Gran Turismo. There's a lot more cars in it. There's a lot of tracks and everything. It even has a course creator. Now that is just awesome. It has NASCAR in it, Rally Kart. It just evolved Gran Turismo. And actually, on second thought, let's add a couple more games, shall we? What the crap? Why not? Let's go over these three first. So the first game I'd like to go over is Gran Turismo 3. This game was a classic. This game was known to be one of the greatest racing games ever. The reason it's so popular, I think why it's so popular is just because it's just a little bit more realistic, you know. It's the real driving simulator for a reason, the real driving simulator. It's just really good. It's a classic game that has, you know, it's not based on damage or anything. It's just there so that way you can enjoy a race and you can just enjoy driving and everything. That's what I really like about Gran Turismo 3. It's always going to be remembered. And now, Gran Turismo 4. Gran Turismo 4 was it was not that big of a step up from compared to Gran Turismo 3 because, well, everyone already knew about the game. Everyone obviously knew about the racing game. Even 1 and 2, you know, 1 and 2 were kind of, you know, just in the middle, you know, of popularity. It was noticed, but it wasn't that noticed. But Gran Turismo 3 stepped that up, and so there wasn't that big of a popularity boost from Gran Turismo 4. It had a lot of the same things, except they only added just a couple hundred more cars, a few new tracks and everything, you know, and B-Spec mode, which allows you to be the crew chief. Now, personally, I really liked B-Spec mode in this game, but sadly, you know, I don't have a, well, I have a PlayStation 2, but it doesn't work anymore. If I had a PlayStation 2 that worked, I would probably be playing more PlayStation 2 games. Now for Gran Turismo 5. This was another big jump, but not like Gran Turismo 3. Gran Turismo 3 is always going to have the biggest jump compared to all games. It has a bigger game case. So, what about Gran Turismo 5? Well, like I said, it has hundreds more new cars, ton of new tracks, course maker, everything. It even has B-Spec on it. I just really like the B-Spec, and there's just a lot of stuff in this game that just really suits me, and everything. But, oh, I need to add another game. But, the thing is that it could have done, it could be better with, I think it just could be better with the car selection. You know, there's a lot of, you know, types of cars that are the same, you know, like the MX-5, there's millions of RX-7s in the game, there's a lot of Fairladies, 350Zs, you know, everything like that. You know, and plus, you know, it's kind of hard to get some cars rather than others. But still, this game is just fantastic. Oh, soundtrack, it really failed on the soundtrack. But yeah, excuse me, I just got done eating breakfast, but yeah. And yeah, so that's Gran Turismo 5. It's probably my second favorite game. Gran Turismo 1 has been my favorite. Now time for Gran Turismo 6. That is its popularity. Yeah, see, the thing is about Gran Turismo 6 is it's not that evolved. It has a lot more cars than Gran Turismo 5. But here are some problems with the Gran Turismo 6, though. It's not complete. They could have taken more time into this game. Now, the thing about this game is that look, it looks beautiful. The graphics are awesome. There are a lot more tracks added. you know, and just everything. You know, it's got a lot of good stuff that it is capable with. But however, the problem with it though is that it is not complete. It's just not. It's basically just kind of like a half-released game where, like, you know, there's so many updates to this day. You know, it's kind of like an iPod app where it's gonna be like getting an update like every month. And that's what Gran Turismo 6 is, you know, it's just not complete and everything. And plus, honestly, I just feel like Gran Turismo 5 has just a bit more features than Gran Turismo 6. This game was a lot more prepared than this one. For this game it took like 5 to 6 years, but for this one it only took like 2 to 3 years or something. But yeah, now I just want to say one thing really quickly is I love Gran Turismo 6. I love how you can now. I love how you're now able to purchase all cars and everything. And honestly, it has a B-Spec mode, which I really like. I really like the B-Spec mode and everything. If it added like 2 separate campaigns, like how Gran Turismo 5 did, 2 separate campaigns, and the B-Spec mode had, you know, like more laps to it, just like Gran Turismo 5, I would not stop playing this game. And also if they added like a couple decals, you know, kind of like, you know, with lines on it, you know, you can just add decals onto cars and everything. It doesn't have to be like, you know, perfect, but if it added decals, I would not stop playing this game. Like, and I'm being legit here. So, now time for the full-on star review. Now for my star review, for my star review, it is actually out of 100, you know. So, 100 stars, you know, a 10, you know, 10 to, you know, like 0 to 50 is, you know, 0 to 50 is a fail. 60 to 69 is, you know, average, you know, kind of like a grade. So, Gran Turismo 3 is going to Gran Turismo 3. You know, like I said, Gran Turismo 3 has always been a good classic. It has always been a game that everyone just enjoyed so much, and you know, it's just amazing. But sadly, I think Gran Turismo 3 kind of pushed a little bit of the limit with, you know, its difficulty. You know, it's just a bit too realistic. Well, compared to Gran Turismo 2 and Gran Turismo 1, it's actually a little bit easier, but still, it's pretty big difficulty. So for this game, it's gonna get an 83. And the thing that it could do better is really if it just, you know, tone down the license difficulty just by a little bit. If they did that, then this game probably would have gotten an A. But sadly they can't make updates to it now, which sucks, but oh well. Next up is Gran Turismo 4. Now, like I said, Gran Turismo 4 is not that big of a boost, but this game just really did it. I think, you know, this one, it didn't, you know, it spoke to me just as much as Gran Turismo 3 did. But honestly, I think Gran Turismo 4 just had a little bit more going for it. You know, they took a little, you know, they actually did take a little bit more time with this game, you know, just like everyone was hoping for, you know. With Gran Turismo 3, you couldn't get bored. So for Gran Turismo 4, I'm actually going to give it an A-, a 92%. But something that they could have done a little bit better is that they could have organized the events just a little bit more. There's so many of them, and you don't know where to go in the campaign. It's kind of a hassle, but you know, you can't go wrong with it. You really can't. So that's a 92 out of 100 for Gran Turismo 4. Next up is Gran Turismo 5. For this game, I'm gonna give it a 97 out of, or actually not a 97. What am I saying? I'm gonna give it a 92. Pretty much the same grade. Like I said, what they could do better is the soundtrack and the car availability. It's, you know, Gran Turismo 5, you do not have to do the licenses. It is not required, which, thank the Lord. Yeah, it's just, you know, Gran Turismo 5 lets you do what you want to do. You know, you got the freedom of what you want to do in Gran Turismo 5. You know, well, except for levels. You know, they have levels in A-Spec and B-Spec. Though it's just, the car selection is so big and your options are so small at pretty much all the time. And that's kind of the problem with this. And another thing is just the soundtrack. It's kind, you know, it's just kind of lacking. So it could do better, but Gran Turismo 5 overall, I think, is probably my second favorite Gran Turismo game. And last, Gran Turismo 6. For this game, it's getting an 85. Now, the reason I'm giving it an 85 is that it's just, like I said, the quality is beautiful. It's got perfect quality, a lot more tracks, way more cars, and it fixed a little bit of Gran Turismo 5's errors. But like with this game, the soundtrack really lacks. Or actually, this game's soundtrack was actually a lot better. But yeah, Gran Turismo 6 soundtrack was just way worse. The game is not finished. It could speed up the process, but this game will still give you one heck of a time. Okay, you're getting a lot more features putting into the game and everything. Do I recommend getting Gran Turismo 5 and 6? Definitely, because these games just overall have a lot going for them. It's always been a great racing series. I love it. So now that we're done with Gran Turismo, now we're going to go on to another racing game. This review is basically bent on racing games, I've actually decided. So, now, everybody knows of cheat codes, correct? Now, I'm going to say something, really quick, and I don't want you guys to get, instantly, I don't want you guys to instantly just look at me like this, okay? I have used cheat codes on PlayStation 2 games. I have used cheat codes on, games like Burnout Paradise. But, are they online? No. These cheat codes were actually for Discovery. Because the real reason why I even used them in the first place is really just for Discovery. Just to find more stuff in the game and something that can help me out a little bit later on into the game to progress. But this game actually kind of has a little bit of a cheat that isn't a cheat. I'd like to call it Dirt 2. This is a game that I got last year. You guys actually saw the vlog for my 16th birthday that I got this game. This game right here, I'm going to be giving it a 95%. Why do I give it a 95? Because it's just good. The graphics are really, really good. And there's a lot of things about this game that are just excellent. Now, what is the cheat? Well, there's a thing called a flashback where you can actually go back in time and you can go back and reset a part of, the race. But you don't go that far back, you don't go back a lap. You only go about like 10 seconds back to back 10 seconds from your current time. Now, what does this game have? Like I said, it has really good graphics. It has, the car selection is not huge, but not like that's a problem anyways, because this is a rally race, not an international race, and it's just got a lot going for it. It's amazing. I really like it, but what does it lack? Well, honestly, it just kind of lacks. It's kind of hard to say, really. It just kind of lacks its, epicness. It's kind of hard to explain, but either way, this game is just awesome. What it could fix, though, really, is just it could kind of fix its drivability, because you can lose control of pretty easily of the cars. Well, then there's auto steer, but I don't use that. But either way, this game is excellent. I really, really like Dirt 2 at 95% out of this. That's actually higher than all the Gran Turismo games. Now, next up is, well, obviously, Dirt 3. This game is going to be getting a 92%. Now, why is it getting a 92%? Well, here's the thing. It got rid of the buddy feature. You cannot have friends or rivals on this game. So, you guys see what I mean by, a 92 out of 100 instead of a 95. Now, what does this game have that the other game doesn't? Well, obviously you got a lot, you got quite a few more features. You actually have snow, so you can actually race on the snow or on the dirt. Pretty simple. I actually really like how you can drive in the snow because, well, I love the snow and I love winter. and everything. But it's just, it got rid of the buddy feature, and honestly, it's just, I just don't know. It just doesn't seem, just as out there as Dirt 2 was. That's kind of like, that's kind of like my problem with Dirt 3 is, it just, something, just the atmosphere of Dirt 2 was really, really good. Now, this game, it did fix, quite a little bit of the graphics compared to Dirt 2. You're able to have a lot better drivability and everything in Dirt 3, but it's just, it just feels like a few things are a little bit more difficult with Dirt 3 than Dirt 2. So overall, this is getting a well, actually, it's getting a 91 out of 100, but still, A-, not bad. Now, the creators of these games are Codemasters, and I actually have another Codemasters game called Grid 2. Now, I could be going over Dirt 1 and Grid 1, but I do not have the games. Not like I want them. Anyways, don't get anything going on in your head. Okay, so Grid 2. This game is getting a 98 out of 100. Why is it getting a 98 out of 100? It's actually getting 100 out of 100. And I'm gonna kind of go a little bit into detail with this game. This game just gives you so much. It gives you so much more to do than a lot of the racing games. You can race whenever you want to. You can customize your car however you want to. You have ability over everything. And plus, the crew chief feature on this is so helpful. It is not even funny. Like, you have your crew chief, you have your partner and everything in this game. It is so useful. Like, it will literally tell you, who's up ahead, how's your pace going, how are you doing in the positions. It is so useful. And just how you can customize your car in this game, the car availability is just excellent. Everything is good about this game. I've actually had no problems with this game. No problems at all. So this game is overall 100% out of 100. I would definitely recommend getting this game. It is just awesome. And like I said, no problems with it. Now, thing you guys might want to know about these games, however, is that you're not listening to music while you're racing. That's actually not a problem, because I really don't usually like to listen to music while I'm racing. I actually just enjoy the sound of the car engines and everything, and racing and everything. So, out of all these games, which is the number one? It's obvious that we were going to go with Grid 2. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend getting this game a lot. Number 2 out of the pile, and now here's the thing is, I'm going to be doing my top 3. So what if the grade is not the highest, this being 100, and then me choosing this as number 2, even though there was a game that got a higher grade. It just goes for my top 3 of what you should get. Anyways, I would honestly get Gran Turismo 5 because, it just feels a little bit more race-like, rather than Gran Turismo 6, I mean, it just sticks to me for some reason. Gran Turismo 5 is just stuck to me for some reason. I don't get it. And then number 3, the third favorite out of these titles, is Dirt 2. Now, I could have gone with Gran Turismo 3, but honestly, popularity in Gran Turismo's 1 to 4 has just went pop. Which is sad, but there are still people that play these games, which is awesome. Like I said, if I had a PlayStation 2 that worked, I would be playing these games quite a bit, because I have a lot of Gran Turismo 2 games. So that is it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys would like these reviews. Now, I know you guys, I know I might get bad reviews on a couple of games, but just please understand that I don't hate the games. I'm not gonna say, this game's awful. Never get this game ever in your life. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm just giving an overall review of what I think of these games. Okay, I know all these are good. All these games have good grades, and that's because I really enjoy racing games. I don't just enjoy the shooters. Racing to me is honestly, a thing. I did have a dream of wanting to become a NASCAR driver, but honestly, that's kind of gone down the drain. But either way, I'm sticking with this YouTube channel. NASCAR driving can go later. So, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every view, every like, every comment, and especially every subscription. And I'll see you guys next time for more Dragon Lad videos. I do not know when the next time we're going to be doing a car review, but it's definitely going to be coming soon. Either way, this has been Dragon Lad, burning out.